Alright, so we've dropped back in. This is the custom escort, well, caravan ambush mission. And just a fun fact, this is about the same map and same drop angle as probably the first ever convoy ambush mission that I ever played. So a little bit of nostalgia for me there. This is the denial zone all the way over on this side. Right now we do have eyes on one vehicle over here, so not all that much distance to stop these convoys. And let's go ahead and let them get on the move. And we'll have to lean pretty heavily on some of our fast movers. What I'm thinking is most of them should go around this way to sort of engage and deny at this point here, as well as to be able to give us a bit of a chance to stop them closer in. And we'll send one or two maybe up here to start taking rear shots if they insist on moving, and get that wonderful elevation bonus as well. So the Evan Jaguar, just for now, let's move up here. That short shotgun style loadout of his will be best just right up in the enemy's faces. And Timberwolf, yeah, the Timberwolf is going to go up top because the Timberwolf has those ATMs, and if they start to get a little farther away, we can switch back to the standards and still make good use of that excellent firing angle. I'm a little bit not sure what to do with the Atlas. Let's just move him forward. No real harm done there. Ooh, this is on a road. Yeah, let's bring the Death Strike over this way as well. Our main contingent will be splitting off in that direction. Of course, we do need to get the Red Reaper within melee range as well. So stay up nice and tight with this group here. Very good. Super Griffin, again, can jump farther than you can run. So because of that jump, yeah, I'm thinking we'll move you up sort of toward the middle. We can move him horizontally decently well there, just with the jump jets. Gunslinger Ultra Autocannon 20 is a last ditch. Let's get lucky and hit something with a big gun denial weapon. So move up there, move the Jägermech up just forward as well, because he is a little bit slow. And we're out of range of any sensor lock. So no engagement on turn 1. That's not ideal for us. Now, in theory, the flavor for this mission is that we're hitting clan max. So I'm not really sure why there's a vehicle, but you know, there are often vehicles these days. And since they all did move on 1, let's go ahead and oblige them by moving down to 1 ourselves. We could move up the Jägermech, but I want to save that sensor lock, so we'll move up here. Okay, now we have a lot more on sensors, and okay, 60 tonner, 95, 95, 70, and 90, and then we have a bunch of vehicles that appear to be, those appear to be the guards, right? Not the actual main convoy itself, so it's flipped from usual. It's highly entertaining. Good, good. And most of them have not moved, but he has. So what we'll do is we'll take the Jägermech, keep moving him up, and we'll grab that sensor lock, and okay, I can't quite hit him, so we'll have to hit the 8 tonner. I think he's moved as well. Morrigu fire support vehicle. We'll take some long-range fire, and they are very close to that. They're much closer than I would like to where they need to be to escape us, which is not good at all. Fail the primary, we don't get our salvage. So this terrain is not conducive for our slow movers getting up and into position. Fire with the AoEs. Not going to bore through any one thing, but we might also damage that mech next to him. We did. Good. Not a lot, but anything is better than nothing. Decent damage to the Morrigu as well. Okay, who else has indirect? Evan Jaguars, the SRM-6s, that's not going to be very good for indirect. Super Griffin might be able to... Oh, he's already moved. My apologies. Let's just get the Red Reaper running up here. Yeah, that's fine. He needs to move. It does look like we're either slightly outnumbered or about on par. Let's get you down here. He'll be engaging that first mech as soon as we can next turn. So that's a decent position. Yeah, we are slightly outnumbered, not by a lot. Shouldn't be a problem, at least in terms of our own guys dying. The thing is, we're not going to be able to shoot at those vehicles anytime soon. Usually I shoot at them first, but they're not what we care about getting to that denial zone. So we'll pop defensive formation, because next turn we are going to start taking some damage, so having that 20% mitigation will be very helpful for us, and at least their 90-95 tonners are very slow. It's that 60 tonner that I'm mostly worried about. It is a Lancelot, so not really salvage that I'm interested in. That is a bit of a blessing in disguise. 3 evasion pips is pretty high. Can I get a rear shot? Ooh, I need to be able to jump to get up there. That's not great. So I can get a rear shot, but we put the Timberwolf in view of everything. So let's wait just a little bit on that. And instead we'll move up with Red Reaper. That's shooting a little bit through our own guy. Let's see about here. Yeah, horrible chances to hit. Really not good at all. But I want him down and in that engagement range, so let's do it. And we will do a precision strike to slow that guy down and moving on 5, and let's see what we can do. Not bad. Really not horrible. Okay, so the Jaeger Mech 2 can move up. We can get shots on the Lancelot. And I'm thinking maybe we should, but I think instead we'll sensor lock him, make him a little bit easier to hit. Good. And he is moving on 4 now. You know what? Let's let some more of them move up. Evan Jaguar taking some missile fire. Not the end of the world. Okay. Come on, move up. So what I'm doing right now, if we move the Timberwolf up, immediately he'll be taking a lot of fire, and that mech is fragile. We have some components to replace now, more than we did before, certainly, but still not unlimited. That's why we're in clan space to begin with, is to, even if it's by virtue of standing up some clan mechs, get a little bit better clan tech, weapons, and electronics to outfit our own, well, not reserves, and reserves isn't the right word, but our own capabilities. So I think we'll fire in again with these AoEs at the Morrigu. High evasion on him right now, something I'm not really a fan of, but at least this way we're getting just a little bit of attacks on him every turn when we don't really have good other shots to do at the moment. Jaeger taking some fire, and only looks like 3 of those LRMs land. 32% damage resistance because of Slapdash is absolutely wonderful, helping us stay alive there. Very much appreciated. And we can bounce the Super Griffin. This might be a shot worth taking, so we could shoot him in at the Lancelot, but only the ER mediums will be within range. Here we have everything. Okay, that's running a little hot. The streaks won't all fire, so we're not going to build as much heat as it says. Actually, they might have both fired there. Very well. Okay. Can't complain about that. Yeah. Wow. This is just bad accuracy. All right. So I tell you what, we could have gotten a rear strike in with Timberwolf, and that probably would have killed the Lancelot. But I'm not sure we need to, and we can use that firepower on something else instead. And let's go ahead and open up here. The Ultra AC-10s I can't imagine will be friendly to the side of that Lancelot. 1 mech down. Very nice. Very, very nice. So there are 5 mechs we need to kill to deny the convoy. We got 2 parts from the Lancelot. Ooh, there's a Night Star. Ooh, very nice. So it did say, you know, we should check our loadout, make sure that we're fielding a loadout that will allow us to, you know, reasonably get salvage from this, which I have therefore not done at all. Because, you know, a loadout like that, what are we talking about here? We're talking about lots of heat. We're talking about doing things like that, hoping these mechs sort of shut down, let us get shots on their craniums. but that tends to just cause ammo explosions with clan mechs that rip off side torsos, which does the damage that we wanted to avoid doing anyway, and it won't even kill them for that, so it ends up being slower than just, you know, using our guns as they were meant to be used, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure it's the best use of time, or firepower for that matter. So let's run up here to sprint. Timberwolf presents a frontal facing as much as we can. And can you imagine being in that cockpit right now just going, hello? Oh shit. Archer, Night Star, Highlander 2. I'd love to get the Highlander 2, more than even the Executioner. Do like Highlanders. Double Streak SRM 6, triple medium pulse, clan Gauss, double Gauss. Okay, so the Royal Archer and the Night Star don't appear to be carrying clan tech. The Highlander 2 does, which means that so he and the Executioner are our first targets just because they are the more potent combatants, which we do want off the field sooner rather than later, so we'll go ahead and fire in there. Turn off one of the SRM6s because we need armor pen before we need the exploit. Pop these onto HE, and let's try to leg this mech. Well, is that wise? We have the firepower to do it. Yeah, let's do it. So lots of the ATMs loaded into the arm and torso of that mech instead of the leg, but we did get some actuators destroyed, structure exposed, all that good stuff. Timberwolf is the target of some fire, just kind of like I expected. That's why we waited so long to send him up there. And wow, that's a lot of missiles on that vehicle. Making me a tad uncomfortable that we have to deal with that. Puma 2C quad LRM 15, so that guy's carrying LRM 60 in addition to some ATMs and other things as well. Really a bit of a brutal loadout for us to have to deal with, which I think, to me, that says we need to come up here and we need to quit playing around with this Morgu. We need him dead so we can move up the rest of our lands without having to tiptoe around him. So let's go ahead and fire in rear arc. Might not kill, and it doesn't, but can't be sitting pretty anymore. Yeah, no, he's not happy. So hopefully he will be dead sooner rather than later. Demolisher firing in, the Timberwolf misses every single shot, which is exactly what I love doing, getting the Timberwolf up there with lots of evasion and the ability to sort of draw fire successfully. Yeah, I say that, then I immediately think about his armor values and get a little bit unhappy. So the Super Griffin's better for it. I think, of course, doesn't deal nearly as much damage, and that's what we pay for, right? Like certainty of killing versus security of surviving. But let's just go ahead and move up here with the Jägermech and precision strike in at the Morgu. This thing needs to die on this volley, so we can do that. Only build a little bit of heat, and come on, get me a kill. There it is. The very last shot, so I'm glad I went up to 5. Might have jammed one of our guns, a little bit hard to tell, and let's take a look. No, okay, so they're both still online, that's good. So we have one of the escorts down, we have one of the actual main mechs down, another one very damaged. I'm quite happy about that, and I think what we'll do, we'll take the Super Griffin, we'll jump him up to the top, get absolutely excellent accuracy, or, okay, no, we need these streaks on, that'll do. Well, yeah, that'll do. So we'll come over here, and we will use him to back up our previous shots in at this Highlander 2C, and give me that leg, please. Nope. It does not give me the leg. It does give me a knockdown, and an ammunition explosion. Not quite what I was hoping for, but we couldn't target it, so the leg barely survived to 24. Okay, I mean, I guess we're here to take these out, first and foremost. If we don't survive well, we can't get good salvage. That is not conducive to surviving well. So hold on there, little Ebon Jaguar, hold your horses, and let's give them something else to shoot at. Yeah, that'll do. I don't think I can quite take a shot in at the Highlander, although I might. I can. Okay. That works. So we'll do precision strike there for the additional accuracy, although that denies me the chance to target the leg. We should still hit it, and we did, but we didn't. I should have just taken the shot aimed at the leg there. Had enough lasers coming in, we would have been able to land one more, and that would have killed it. Well, the leg anyway. Only a Gauss rifle left on that thing, so we've ripped off most of his guns. It's worth considering at least. Let's reserve down to 4. And the Royal Archer is moving forward, makes it even easier for us to rear shot him. I can't see these guys getting away anytime soon. We're just going to completely swarm over them here in another move or two. And I wonder what their comms will be saying right now. Incoming enemy Lance, we didn't know about this. What's going on? Someone call HQ. Get us reinforcements. What do you mean get us reinforcements? They're 30 minutes out. We have to hold out for 30 minutes. Just get to the evac point or dig in. Which can we do? You know, yada yada. And they just decide to keep running. And then, you know, they slowly start to realize as they keep running, this is just giving me more shots on their rear arcs. And they go, no, we should have held. Man. Well, I might be enjoying this a little bit too much, but yeah, that's just how it is. Okay, so we'll switch off our AoEs now, and we'll try to use the Atlas to punish the rest of this Highlander. I'm still hoping he'll punch out instead of being blown out by us completely. We get the leg there, but he does not punch out, so a little bit of a waste. Bit of a wasted volley on our heart. So with the Death Strike, we have the Gunslinger. Let's see what I can get. Can I get a... no. Okay, no rear shots. We will be able to get one next turn, so let's hold off on the Precision Strike, and let's hold off even on the Ultra AC-20, because that will build us a lot of heat. So instead, let's just go in with the Quad ER Medium. Take a shot in. And then 3 of them. I mean, it's a good start. Certainly not too shabby. They're moving decently well. But again, our only... oof. Accidental PPC shot on our Ebon Jaguar, which is not good at all. I need him shooting with good accuracy on this turn to core out some enemy mechs for us. And we could try to finish off the Highlander too, but I'm not really concerned about it. His accuracy is going to be horrible because his pilot is freaking the hell out. Understandably so. Quite understandably so. Okay, let's take a shot in at the Royal Archer. I don't care about that mech as much as I do the... well, I don't care about the armament on him as much as I do on the others. We were able to do quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed. Looking good. Alright. What the best you got? You know, one of these days we should try a clan escort mission. See if we can go, you know, instead of 7v36, let's do like 8v36, except clan edition. Might be somewhere approaching suicide at that point, but hopefully we could pull it off. What we would need is we need to be pretty much completely ammunition independent, which is something I'm not sure I'd be able to promise, just because of my love for missiles. We even ran out of missiles in that last one too.
Enemy reinforcements detected.
Ooh, enemy reinforcements. Good. Good. Here I was starting to think this was looking a little easy. Okay. I don't see him. So, we've killed 2 of the main mechs from the convoy, we've legged a 3rd. We need to get that primary mission done, and then we can sort of take our time with the rest of these guys. So where did those reinforcements come in from? Okay, so they're on the left. Rifleman 2C, Mad Dog. Ooh, we could actually field one if we got more salvage from him. Imp, Summoner, Highlander 2C. I like that. Double Highlander 2C on this. So potential for some very good salvage here. I'm glad they did the reinforcing. Give us a second actual Lance of Max, with a lot of them even fielding clan weaponry where they weren't necessarily before. So the Ebon Jaguar could get a rear shot on a couple of these, but my concern is that I'd stand him up for that rear shot, and he'd immediately get rear shotted by this Highlander too. So instead, I think we're going to move him over this way. And now that we have another one to get another part from, let's just end this, shall we? This should more than do it. Yeah. There we go. So now we have 3 down out of the main convoy, only 2 left, and they're not exactly in a great position to stay alive for very much longer. This was a good reinforcement placement, though, on their part. I mean, it's going to prevent us from being able to really move around to the left much to get those to stay with this lance. We'll have to instead pivot and chase them, and then sort of meet head on, right? So we'll have to pivot. Oh, it's not giving me control over my own camera. Well, I'll show you guys here in a second what I mean when I say that. We'll have to go this way and then collapse onto that blocking lance. I mean, if I were dropping reinforcements, that's exactly where I'd drop them as well. So that looks like, is that a rack 2 or rack 5 or just, ooh, quad ultra AC2 clan. That explains the different damage profile. Okay. Oh, come on. Mad Dog, quite a lot of mobility on him. And our Jägermech didn't move, so he's taking quite a bit of damage there. We're going to have to adjust his facing. He'll probably have to start shooting in at that reinforcing lance as well. Maybe we can headcap the Mad Dog if we get lucky? That'd be fun. We always try for it, right? Like, chances of it are a little bit worse than they are in vanilla, even if you get an FCS Advanced TC or the perk that allows you to do that sort of targeting, just because basically Bloody Doves and Doves, and I agree with this, by the way, decided that it was a bit too easy. Some of my campaigns in vanilla, I just got an Annihilator, gave him Ultra, Autocannon, whatever, and, you know, fired in 37% chance to hit the head every time, times 6 to 8 shots. It becomes it approaches trivial quicker than you would want it to, for something that is meant to be a challenge. So, that Mad Dog has a lot of evasion. We're not going to be able to take a good shot in against him or the Rifleman. How do they all have such good evasion? These guys barely moved. Is that a glitch? I mean, he jumped, but he barely moved. Oh, man. Okay. Alright. We can survive another volley. Missile. Okay. So, here's what we do. We first off reserve. We have to tidy these guys up as quickly as we can. That's going to be hard because of the number of tanks. So we'll have to coordinate our fire there. Sorry, that's the second thing. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. First thing is we kill those 2 mechs with rear shots. Then we scoop up the rest of those tanks. Can we do that with less than the full complement? So the Red Reaper can move, and I'm tempted to say that we go in for a kick here, because going up there is too high a risk of them just circling around and getting a nice rear shot that I don't want them to have. Oh, my apologies, wrong button. What we could do, get Super Griffin down here. Not the heaviest loadout. The archer's side is damaged. I planned on just crawling this mech out from the side. Can't really afford to do that anymore. Okay, so let's get the Timberwolf on the move. On the sprint, rather. Over here. Let's see if we can use those HE ATMs to take down this Executioner. Let's turn off the other medium laser as well. Really burning very hot on the Badlands biome. Limiting our effectiveness quite severely. Ammunition explosion is contained, but he is bleeding out. That Executioner is nearly dead. But nearly doesn't quite cut it. A 22 left. If we had the other SRM online, that would have done it. Okay. Rifleman 2C. Firing again at the Atlas, making me very unhappy there. But, okay, now his evasion is dropping down to something reasonable, and we're going to make him regret that. So move a little bit to the side, and let's see what we can do. Burning a little hot here, but let's go in for it. Well, you know what? Let's be reasonable here. I don't really care about the Rifleman 2C. I'm quite happy with the Jägermech. So instead of going for that 15% chance on the head, let's just take one of his arms off, really limit his firepower. Yeah, let's do that. Did it have me shooting at the leg? That's the worst coordinated fire I've ever seen on a 74% chance to hit. Yeah, wow. We did more damage to his leg than we did to his torso. That's obnoxious. Okay, so the Mad Dog's cooking himself. It's fine with me. Give me an ammunition explosion, will you? No? Okay. He's not cooking himself that badly, I guess. I have seen much worse. So we have the Ebon Jaguar and we have the Super Griffin. Let's jump down here with the Super Griffin. Lots of nice evasion coming in there. Don't have quite the loadout as we do on the Mad Dog, so here's what I'm thinking. We use you to make sure that we finish off this Executioner. There it is. He's down. We can use the Ebon Jaguar to rear shot that Archer. And that'll be fine. We can come up here. Decent enough evasion for right now on that move. Do need a precision strike to account for that short range bracket we have with the SRMs. And fire away. Not quite enough. So he is our last mech that we must kill. Right, he cannot be allowed... 16 left. Oof. He cannot be allowed to get to the evac point. If he does, we lose. So let's go in with a kick here, turn off the ER mediums because we have absolute trash accuracy with them. Actually, before we do that, let's pop Phantom. Get a little bit more damage mitigation, but through avoidance. And we'll cool off. We'll get a kick in. Nice, I do think we landed that. A little bit hard to tell from the angle. A couple shots coming in, not great. But at least we're starting to work on him, and yeah, maybe we landed the kick? Hard to tell. More shots going in at the Atlas, and he's going to have to pivot and start engaging that blocking lance there. Okay. I think we'll be alright. Let's take the Death Strike, and we don't have a Precision Strike, but I don't need one necessarily. So these three guys, these are our blocking lance killers for right now. Let's shoot in. Oh, okay, he does have a Precision Strike. You know what? I wonder. No, I don't get to pick my target. Take him out. Shall well. Okay, cycling to the targets. He does not have a ton of... What do I do? What do I do? Oh, this is such a quandary. We have such wonderful accuracy on this guy. Let's just take it. Does look like we do a lot of damage to a leg, maybe even rip off an arm. Yeah, right leg, right torso destroyed. That Mad Dog is very much worse for wear. Pilot bleeding out, so we actually don't need to worry about him anymore. Oh, yeah, no. Pilot's incapacitated. One volley off the Madcap Mark II just wrecked that mech's entire day. That's exactly what you like to see. So we've got 4 of them left. We have 1 from the original bit of mechs, and 4 vehicles. So that's what, 4, 5, 9? Islander 2C, not really making that big of an impact, and now let's see what we can do with that Ultra AC-20. So a bit dangerous here. We would be, if that Mad Dog was still alive, that's the other reason I took that shot. If the Mad Dog was still alive, we'd be exposing our rear arc here. We're only not because we've taken him off the board. Let's go with a Precision Strike. We'll load the Ultra Autocannon 20 up to the max. 1, 2. Looks like different locations, not enough to open up that Puma. Oh, okay. Royal Archer does nothing. Okay, to each their own, I suppose. And let's just, well, let's move just a little bit. Some evasion's better than none. Okay. Alright, Rifleman 2C. Here I come, and you're not gonna like it. It's actually a little bit unfortunate. Looks like the heavy Gauss hit the arm, which it didn't need to because the missiles were going to already hit the torso. So a bit of wasted damage in that regard. That 2C at least is a little bit worse for wear, and we've taken some of the guns offline. PPC lands in on the Black Knight, it's actually meant for the Gunslinger. They're a little bit too close to each other to avoid that sort of accidental fire. And now we have, I believe, the other two vehicles moving as well. So those three mechs in the back there will sort of work together to whittle that down a little bit on this next turn. Because just the sheer number of guns on those vehicles is very hard to deal with. Very hard indeed. So, oh, okay, what's moving? Yep, okay. Something landed in there for 26, not quite sure what that was. Maybe, could have been a large, no, the mitigation on that doesn't seem right. Interesting. Maybe clan medium hitting for, well, I don't know, the mitigation on that doesn't seem right either. Oh well, that's fine. I'm hoping we'll get away from this without any internal structure damage even. So, I've seen nothing yet to make me think that's entirely unreasonable. So, we are going to move just a little bit to get into this forest, to get us some good damage mitigation there, and we don't have the heat left to do a big volley here, so instead we're going to turn this down so that we cool off as much as we can, so we can load in the next turn with a nice big alpha strike, and shoot in there just enough to knock that rifleman 2C down, which we're able to do. Very nice. Injury resisted, unfortunately, but we got some good damage in on that mech exposed to CT. His leg is very nearly broken as well, so we can actually topple him again without too much effort, even if we don't core him out, which I think we will on whatever next volley we take. The summoner looks weird to me. Doesn't he look weird to you? Maybe not. He looked like a Nova for a second, but I think it's just how zoomed out we were in that angle. But, yeah, it's a little bit odd. Is his head different? No, that's the Highlander. Yeah, okay, his top is a little bit different from the standard that you see on the summoner. Okay, so we got everything moving at 5 now, able to do so. And we do need to still get some evasion, but I want rear shots, good accuracy, so that's my, you know what, evasion's overrated, let's go! Stand there and fire, and it's not enough, because the shotgun missile builds just scatter over more locations than they do when they're hitting mechs. So let's get you over as well. Two of you working together should be able to bring that guy down, otherwise I'll be a little bit disappointed. And we are cooling off some if we do this, so let's go up. The other SRM6. Show me what you got. Come on. No! Not quite enough. These guys take such a pounding and keep kicking. One left. One left. Oh my goodness gracious. I would take a screenshot of this. I'm taking a screenshot of this. It's an alt. I have no idea. That's fine. Let's take an actual picture of this then. I do apologize. It's just that is so obnoxious. So obnoxious. Well, it's not showing me. Alright, I gotta hover back over. One left. Okay. I don't really want to expose his rear arc. I can't land punches on those two, they're too far away. I was hoping to kill one or both of these tanks to allow me to actually flank here. So what we have to do now is we have to just come up here and finish this guy off. Which is completely unfortunate. Waste of firepower. But needs to be done. So, okay. He's down. Still our turn. We have the Red Reaper able to move, but not going to yet. Not until after some of the other guys have shot. So let's reserve. Down to 4. 3, the first thing that's going to happen is they're going to stand that Rifleman 2 up and shoot with them. Do I want that to happen, or... Can't really stop it from happening, so here we go. I don't like the head so much in the Rifleman 2C. I like the classic look, the standard Rifleman. Okay. Yep. those UAC 2s. He looks like he's a little bit topsy-turvy there, doesn't he? Didn't quite manage to stand up straight, did ya? Oof. Sucks to be you. And it'll suck more here in just a second, but... what do? Do we fire in... So I don't have a precision strike available to me. So let's cool off a little bit so that we can land one on the next round. If I turn those both down to 1... You know what, let's just turn off one of them. This should be enough. Yep, that's enough. I was held in suspense there for a second. I thought it wasn't going to be. And he's fallen over so hard he actually went through the ground. So, you know, interesting choice, I suppose, but who am I to argue? And not moving the Red Reaper proves to be a bit of a good decision because we wouldn't have been able to get the same 5 evasion pips that we had previously. See what we can do with the Gunslinger. We might be able to move him up here. Yeah, that looks like a decent decision. So we'll go up here. We're going to let the recoil on that UAC 20 go down a little bit, also cool off a little bit, and shoot him with these 3 ER larges. All we need is 1 to hit that rear CT, and we should get it. Actually, you know, let's pop defensive formation, get everyone some nice protection as well. And yeah. So we could get to extraction, but I think it'll actually take us longer to do that and be more risky in terms of exposing ourselves to enemy fire than just chewing through the rest of the opposition, which is my usual conclusion, to be fair. But it generally hasn't been wrong. Oof, both of those PPCs landing, 1 on the Red Reaper, 1 on the Gunslinger. That's a bit rough for us. They're both standing in a line relative to, what was that? Was that the Imp? Yeah, that was the Imp. Okay, nice damage. Better than I thought you could do, so, hey, you know, kudos. That's actually not horrible. We're going to forgo landing a hit with him, or landing a kick with him on one of these guys, so that we can open up on the rear arc of that Puma 2. Hopefully. Looks like we got some on the side there as well. But that was a decent choice, I think, that saves our own, well, ability to take counterfire. Gunslinger's taking a fair amount of damage, and we're going to start having some open locations if we keep taking a pounding in on that mech. Just to show you what I mean, that left arm is almost exposed already, so that is something we have to be mindful of here. And what do? Well, we give them a good alternative target. 50% chance in the improved heavy Gauss is not my favorite thing. Let's cool off a little bit on this, but if we're going to cool off, let's go in at whatever has the lightest armor between those two. It actually looks like it's the Highlander. So we do land the ER medium, lots of missiles going in as well. Not spectacular damage, and wow, that evac zone's closer than I thought. We actually might be able to get there decently quickly with everything but the Jaeger mech, which means that evacing would be pretty worthless. And the Evan Jaguar even takes a PPC shot. I mean, he did stand still, right? I knew I would be getting that on the Evan Jaguar. I was okay with it for the possibility of killing something. So we'll see if I do regret that. And Gunslinger taking even more fire. 3 evasion pips, I would have thought that he'd be able to dodge more of that than he did. And, you know, if we had the Axeman, if we had Slapdash and the Axeman, we would have pieces missing at this point. We've taken 600 armor damage. Which would have been well beyond our capability to take and keep kicking. So now we can do the Alpha Strike off the Jaeger mech again. Let's go up to 6, and I can't quite manage 6-6, but we can do, come on, 6-5. We could try for the Vanity Shot. I don't really care about the Imp, though. I just want his guns off the field. So again, we're going to go in for that side torso, hopefully. 74% chance, and not quite enough to take it offline, and that's been a consistent theme in clan space. I mean, we chewed through a lot. We didn't even scatter all that much. It looks like 1 or 2 shots going into the leg, 1 going into the arm, 1 going into the CT, so I guess decent scatter. But I was hoping we could take that guy offline. Summoner getting danger close, firing in and missing. Oof. So the Gunslinger's left arm is exposed now. We did lose a double heatsink kit, so my earlier statement about, you know, not having to worry about losing components is completely meaningless now. And we need to kill some of these things moving on 3 so that we can preserve the gunslinger. I mean, it's just the left arm. There's no armaments in there. It's really not the biggest deal. But if it's the first thing to go, that means there's more following after it. So let's take the Ebon Jaguar. We'll pop Vigilance on him to kill that stability damage, and move over a little ways. Open up everything we've got on the rear arc of that Puma 2. If you take a look into his armor, there's only 90 left on the rear shot there, so maybe this will land in if we get good clustering locations with the streaks. Damaged, again, structure exposed, and that Puma probably has very little left on him. Yeah, 34, that's just absolutely annoying values of armor left, needing us to take, well, what would otherwise have been redundant shots. So let's turn off the ER small and the ER, well, can I keep? Yeah, okay. So that's a little bit better. We will take Precision Strike just because I do want to make sure that we kill this guy. And please. Yes. Okay. So that vehicle is down. That's good for us as well. We need to kill that Clan Demolisher, or at least slow him down to moving on 2 so we can move the Gunslinger away. Nothing we can really do about the Highlander, I think, at this point. But there is something we can do about that vehicle. So let's move up here. Yeah, wow. Timberwolf proving it's a little bit hot. Running a little bit hot for our ideal usage in Badlands. Shooting, hopefully at the rear arc, it looks like we're landing quite a few on the side as well. And that, again, this guy's open. He could have very well died from that, and he just barely did not. Yeah, 5 left on the rear. You're killing me, Smalls. So we'll go ahead and jump over here for the evasion, and I wish now that we had something that could split fire, but we don't. So let's see what we can do. He is dead. We didn't actually need the missiles, but I'm so used to having those missiles scatter in unintended ways going after vehicles that I thought it was definitely worthwhile. So now we have the Highlander. If he shoots in with those PPCs and hits the Gunslinger, gonna have a rough day. He shoots, Gauss Rifle misses, missiles coming in, and luckily nothing else destroyed. So we need to take a right side facing with this mech immediately if we're going to have him survive. So that's a bit too far of a right side facing. This will have to do. It's not ideal, we're actually exposing our rear, but we have decent rear armor on this guy, 125, 85, 85, because we're sort of expecting these sorts of things. And let's do an active probe ping. We do manage to get both of those mechs and the other vehicle, disturbing all of their accuracy and limiting their ability to avoid us, all of which is a very nice thing. And let's see if we can finish off that imp before he has a chance to move on 2, or at least take out some more of his guns. Firing in. It would be nice to get an FCS Advanced TC on this guy, just because one of those UAC 10s could potentially headcap something in a single shot if it doesn't have good damage mitigation. So for example, something like that imp standing out there in the open. Black Knight takes fire from that tank. Bit of a visual glitch there in the background if you caught that. But we are wearing them down, so now we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 enemies remaining total. Really could be worse. We could shoot in again at the imp, and I think we're going to... It's not ideal. This guy's really taking a lot of hurt. If that doesn't kill him, I'll be surprised. Okay, I'm officially surprised. I land an improved heavy Gauss into your center torso, and you keep on walking. It's a little bit impressive. Oh man. Oh, I thought he was going to take off the gunslinger's arm there. It looked exactly like he was headed for that trajectory. Okay, and he does punch out. Good. I wanted to see how much was left in his CT, but alas. No luck there. So the Jägermech does actually have a precision strike that we will use just to slow down the summoner a little bit. How much does he have? Okay, we're not going to be able to take off his leg with just the one rack. Although, 180 potential damage, is that enough? Not for the leg, but it could be if we land them all in the same spot in the torso. It's not going to happen, but we can try for it. Actually, you know what? better lucky than good. Let's go ahead and see if we can head cap this guy. One, two, oh, we definitely landed one. Oh man. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, we landed one hit right in there. Just couldn't follow it up. Having to land two at 15% chance is what was killing us on that. So, because he was slowed down, and because we popped Vigilance with the Ebon Jaguar, he's moving on 6 as well, and now we can do this. Hello, and maybe goodbye? Yeah, goodbye. Pilot's dead. 3 salvageable parts, so actually we could pick up a summoner. I'm not entirely sure that I love that mech, though. I mean, I do as a matter of, you know, the mech design and all that, but I'm not sure that I do in terms of its utility in this game. It's just so lightly armored, and usually it's an Omni-Mech configuration, so you can't actually replace the engine. And I can achieve similar, if not better, with other mechs heavier armor with the supercharger. But, you know, we'll see. If we get enough of the Highlander, we'll take him instead. He's the last thing left on the board, and the Red Reaper is going to move up and take a precision strike in on him. So we could just try to panic him out. I'm not entirely sure how well that'll work. We could also try to head cap him. I'm not entirely sure, again, how well that will work either. But if we are going to try for that, it means that we should shoot him less with other things, just because, well, the Rack 5s will do a little bit of collateral damage, but you know what, let's try and leg him. At least then we can get, hopefully, 2 pieces. We should only need 2 pieces, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Can I get a rear shot on you? No. Okay, so let's just keep moving away, because I don't want that mech to take anything else on its left-hand side. You know what? Get a little bit of revenge. 1 and 2. Opens up a side torso. Here's an interesting idea. So we can get around long enough for a side angle shot from the other side, so hopefully we can avoid going into that opened up CT, but this will knock him over. Why not? This will at least knock him over. Oof, maybe opening up a leg? Okay, he's stressed, good. Knockdown. 2 pieces exposed now. Injury resisted. Dagnabbit. We needed that injury to go through. Let's avoid the LRM-20s because they will do a lot of spread damage. And give me a head cap. Come on. No. Yes! Yes! No. Okay, we got the side torso, then he panicked out. I was excited. Oh well.
Mission successful.
So, hang around, I'll show you the salvage here in just a second. Minus 109,000 C-bills. Yes, we paid to go on that mission. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So the gunslinger is opened up, and we will have to replace one of those heat sinks. Okay. So we have 1 piece of a Highlander 2C. We could get 3 more, but we'd have to select them unless we want to leave it a chance, which I generally don't. Before that, let's go ahead and take a look down here, see SRM6s I would take over the Highlander pieces. Only streaks. Admittedly, 4 streaks is really tempting. But at that point, I think I'd rather leave it to chance and make sure that we pick up the Highlander. So we'll pick up the Clan Highlander. Very nice. And what else do we get? We got an Archer piece. We got an ATM-6. We didn't actually pick up the other Highlander piece, so it's good we got all 3. 3 ER larges, 2 ER larges, LRM-15. Oh, some nice Clan Pharaoh. 3 of them. It's very nice. Equaling +4. I already have 1. I don't really need more than that, so we do need cash. Give me some cash. It's absolutely pathetic, the amount of cash. I don't need MG ammo. Okay. I don't need a small laser. Yeah, I don't even really... Well, they're inner sphere. I have clan versions. I don't need these. Go away. Yeah, I have 11, so I don't need more than that. Go away. And we've made up some cash now. That's nice. I don't even... Do I want this? No, I don't want the archer part either. But I can't sell that. Ah, dang that. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and bring that mech on. Show you guys the Highlander real quick. Okay. You know, I'm gonna fix, well, yeah, I'm gonna fix the gunslinger. Alright, just a single heatsink. Nothing too crazy. Go ahead and pop that in. Validate. There we go.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Okay, so that would be assault and Highlander 2C1. Very nice. Okay. Many a Highlander accompanied General Kerensky into exile. Highlander 2C emerged, carries maximum amount of ferrofibrous armor. That's part of why I love it. 14.5 tons. Enough jump jets, move 90 meters at a time. We'll probably, I don't know, we'll see. Gauss rifle, LRM-20. Trio of medium pulse lasers, and a pair of streak SRM-6s. So a very versatile build. We'll probably specialize, but could be worse. Bring him online. Very nice. Mech bays, Highlander 2C1. Okay. Wow, that just, oh man, I love the way that looks. You can see the two SRM-6s right there sitting in his arm. That's going to be the LRM. That's the trio of medium pulses, and that's going to be the Gauss on the right arm. This baby is just beautiful. Let's see if we can get... I don't love that paint scheme on him. Well, that's not bad. And yeah, okay. That's pretty good. So let's take a look at the refit. Okay. Yeah, these assault jump jets are taking up 6 tons. We are near max armor, but not quite at max armor. And if we take a look at his movement, he's going to be moving on a 3.5, which is just too slow. So we'll probably field this mech. We're going to probably rebuild them, rip out the jump jets, trade these out for ER mediums if we can to save a little bit of tonnage on that mech. And I tend to find that the clan medium pulses are just too short range for most applications, even if they do have better accuracy within that range. Kill stuff before it gets there. You can also save some weight by putting it in a Clan XL. I'm surprised it doesn't have it already, but we'll do that as well. Rebuild this mech a little bit, and there's lots of free tonnage here, so I'm very hopeful. Thank you guys for hanging around. We'll see you again real soon.